We'll start with Tim when you're ready.
Hi, how are you? Okay.
Hi, good, thank you.
Can we start with Tyler Adams and his injury? How big a blow is that to lose him against Wolves? Will he be back for the Arsenal game after the international break, and how will you replace him this weekend?
Yeah, as you say, Tyler is injured, and in this moment he's with the specialist, and we'll see how long he's out of the team. We have other players. We know, all of us know that Tyler is a key player for us, but we have to manage with the squad we have, and we have other players ready for the next game.
It is so tight at the bottom of the table, 5 points between 9 teams. Do you see that as a big positive, that there are so many different teams involved? And do you think this fight to stay in the Premier League could go right down to the final game?
As you say, there are many teams involved in the relegation, but as I told you many times, we try to be focused on the next game, try to play the next game, giving the most importance of the points are in play, and we know it will be in a similar way until the end. We have to be ready and focus in every game and trying to give our best. I'm sure we'll be fighting until the end, and when I came here three weeks ago, I knew the clear objective was was to remain in Premier League, and today I'm sure of that.
Psychologically, what would a win at Wolves do for the club ahead of the international break?
Yeah.
And how will you use that international break? Is this a big opportunity for you to get 2 weeks on the grass with the players?
Yeah, I think always is good to get a win, but in this case even more. After winning one game of this, you have more time to work with the players you have, because some of them are going with the national teams, but it's a good time to work and to do it with the good atmosphere you need to remain the attitude and the spirit of the players. I think it will be very good for us to get a good result, because it would be good to work with the players next weeks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Javi. Just on Tyler Adams, if he is out for a little while, is there anybody that sort of can replicate what he does, or is he very much his own individual type of player?
There is different than others, and there is no one like Tyler, because all the players are different, with the different virtues and different skills they have. But in this case, we have other players ready. As you can see in the last games we've played, for example, in the last one we started with Tyler and Mark. In the game before, we started with Tyler and Weston. We have other players than they usually are playing as well, and we have other waiting their chances, and then maybe this is the moment for them, and I'm sure all of them are ready to compete at a high level.
Liam Cooper has been called up to the Scotland squad, Javi. Does that mean that he is in contention for you this weekend to return? And if so, what has been wrong with him exactly?
I think Liam has been out of the team some time, but now I think it's important that now he's with the team, because he can do many things on the pitch, but he's important, very important as well out of the pitch. His personality, can help us in this moment, and I'm sure he's going to do it inside and outside of the pitch.
Is he completely recovered from whatever injury he's had?
Yeah, he's ready.
Wolverhampton Wanderers, you have some experience of their head coach, Lopetegui. What is he like, and how does he like to play football? Because I know you've played him twice before.
All my experience playing against Wolves always were really, really demanding, very demanding games, very equal games. And I think this time will not be different, will be the same. In my opinion, they are playing well. It's a well-organized team with good players, well organized, as I said, and I expected a very demanding game, and at the same time that I expect a good result for us as well.
Can you remember playing against Lopetegui when you were at Valencia and at Sevilla? Yeah, were they difficult games? Those two.
Yeah, but the different teams, different leagues, different moments. I think it's not a good reference. I prefer to prepare and to think in a different way next game.
You prepared in a way against Brighton, which was, some people found a bit unusual, but it worked because you got a point. Have you had to prepare in a similar way for this game, or was it a very different game in your mind?
Every game is different, and the preparation as well. We know the way Brighton was playing before playing against us, and in this case we did it in the same way with Wolves, knowing they can manage different shapes, they can manage different players, and I think the team worked really well this week and prepared very well the game.
We saw Patrick Bamford get on the score sheet this weekend. He's had injury problems, and I think he could get his 50th career league goal. Is that right this weekend? Is he approaching anywhere near being back to his best, do you think?
In the last game, as I told you after the game, I had to control a little bit the minutes that Patrick was on the pitch, at the same way I did with Rodrigo or with Luis Sinisterra, because they are playing, their players are coming from different injuries, and what I saw about Patrick, it was good. He helped the team scoring a good goal with good movements up front, giving chances for other players as well, and I expect the best of him for the rest of the season. Yeah, thank you.
Is someone like Darko JB a player? Sure. Is somebody like Darko JB in the 21s, is he somebody who you feel might come into the first team squad while Tyler Adams is absent?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Darko is one option, the same way other young player as well, Archie. These are the players are usually training with us in that position. Now we have Mark, Weston, Darko, Archie are the players they usually train as midfielders, and we'll have to take the decision for the next games if Tyler is out, to choose the best option for us. We have other players as well that in some moments of their careers play as a center midfielder, but I take the best decision in the different games, thinking only what is the best for the team.
Are either of Patrick Bamford or Rodrigo ready to play 90 minutes yet this weekend?
It's something I have to speak with the doctor tomorrow. They are improving, but in this moment I can't tell you exactly the minutes. Okay.
Thanks.
Happy.
Hi.
Stuart Dallas, you'll obviously know by now Stuart suffered a very, very serious injury last season, and we've all been very keen to see his progress and how he's getting on, and your predecessor said that there were some hopes that Stuart might have chances of playing in this season, and time has gone on, we're now into March. I know you don't want to say too much about injuries, but can you give fans an update on where Stuart's at and whether he has still some hope of playing this season?
when I arrived, there were some players like Stuart, like Adam Foshow as well, out of the team. And in these moments, these are the players who are working to recover their best condition, but they are working out of the team. Then I can tell you more information about them, because of course I want all of them were ready as soon as possible, but in this case I'm not sure the time they need to be back with the team. Okay.
I understand. Rasmus Christensen this week was left out of the Denmark squad, unfortunately for him. As a head coach, what's your style in dealing with situations like that? I imagine Rasmus will be disappointed with that. Is it your style to speak to Rasmus directly, put an arm around him and console him in some way, or do you prefer to give him some distance?
No, I understand perfectly, Ras, because if you don't play what you want, you have to be disappointed, and I understand perfectly. But at the same time, I have to tell you, his attitude is an example for all the players. You know, always smiling, always trying to help the team. When we played, if you remember, against Fulham, and we didn't have center back, he was the first to offer or to tell me, if I have to play there, I do it. I only have one target, is to help the team. It's something I give a great value, and I want all the people know how good, how professional this player is.
Hi, Javi. Some of the fans were frustrated with the way you approached things against Brighton. You explained after the game why you did it, why it was important you did it. Mm-hmm. Do you think it's something we might see again in certain situations? Or was it a tactic purely designed for the way Brighton play?
What I can tell you is that I understand that someone was frustrated because we are as well, because we only get a point. But the way we did it, I think is something, as I tried to explain after the game. For me, the players deserve all the credit, and because they did it really well. I know in some moments when we were losing, all of us, and me as well, was thinking, now we need to press more higher, we need to be more aggressive. I know, but I know what happened when the teams are pressing this team very high, and you are not good pressing man to man in opposite half. I know what happened, and then after watching many games, after studying and analyzing the team a lot, we decided to do this. And what for me is important is that the players follow the plan until the end, and they were faithful until the end. And then that's the reason, because I believe in these players. They are going to do what we think is better for the team, and that is really important in the next games. We only got a point. Okay, I know. We need the 3 points in play in all the games. I know, but for the next game, has to be another playing against other team. We'll have other plan, different plan. Maybe we can be more aggressive. Maybe we can recover more balls in opposite half. I'm not going to now to explain you the plan, of course, but I like to see my players pressing high. I like to see my players recovering many balls in opposite half. But we need a balance, and that balance is what we are working on every day, day in, day out, you know.
And in terms of the plan you've been making this week for Wolves, how difficult is it when you say to us you're not yet sure about Bamford, about Rodrigo's availability? Does that make it difficult to come up with a plan, or does the plan not really matter on those individual players?
If I have more players, more options, always is better. But I don't complain about it. I don't complain if Tyler is out. I don't complain if I have to see the minutes Rodrigo can play or other. I have enough players to compete and to play as better as possible. And thinking this way, we have to get the points are in play. We have to get the 3 points, and it's our mentality. We have enough players, very good players, and all of them are ready to compete and to give their best. That's my concern and what we are thinking in this moment.
You said after the Southampton win that you, as you saw it, it was going to be a very hard game, and to use your words, you needed to wait for your moment to win it. After the Southampton game,
yes,
you said it was a game where you had to compete and then wait for your moment to win it. Do you think it will be the same against Wolves? Will it be the same sort of game?
When you play against other team, then the game depends not only on you, depends on the other team as well. And of course, we go with a good mentality in terms of to be competitive, in terms of being competitive, in terms of trying to be aggressive, trying to show our best face. And after we know how important is the game, and thinking this way, we were preparing all the training sessions, trying to analyze the best way to attack, the best way to defend, the best way to prepare the games. But I don't know how this game is going during the game. We are ready to play against one team that changed many times the lineup, change the shapes, and we are ready for that. Is what I can say before the game. After, we'll see what happens. That's all.
Hi, Javi.
Hi, hello.
You appear to be a very calm personality. I think you've already been described as a safe pair of hands. Do you like the stress of a relegation battle? Do you thrive on it? And also, do you like the stress and the pressure on the touchline? And also, how do you relax? How do you get away from the stresses?
I don't relax. I live stressed. I think I feel the stress inside, and I think it's the best way, or the best thing I can do. The best way I can help my players is try to give the confidence, to give the calm they need to play the best way. I don't help them if I stress or shouting a lot, and I think it's not my way. For sure, inside I suffer a lot, but I try to give what my players need. And I think my players in this moment need confidence, need support, because they are showing me every day their quality and their commitment. Yeah.
And how do you relax away football?
I don't have enough time out of football. I live in the training ground. 12 hours here, and the rest is for have dinner and to rest at the hotel. No time for other things. Yesterday to watch the games, the Premier League for example, both games at night, and after sleep. Nothing else. Speak with the family, by phone, and that's all.
Okay, we're just going to do 2 questions under embargo for Ross, if that's alright.